This is J Ping, respectmyregion.com. We've got Mitch Pfeifer here. What's going on, Mitch? How are you?
What up? What up? North American Weed Tour Podcast, episode 19. What it
Let's
do?
go. Let's go. How you living, bro? What's new?
Man, I'm doing all right. Getting through this holiday weekend. Monday. I know a lot of people didn't work today. Is my anniversary weekend, so kicked it with the wife for a rare complete evening off. Worked about a half day on Friday, and then took that night off, and then just been grinding in between, working on some projects and doing some housework. Man, what you been on? I know you were OT this weekend.
Yeah, we put in the overtime in Las Vegas. Went to Lost in Dreams Festival. Got a little bit of the footage going on there behind the scenes. We were out there live streaming on our TikTok for Insomniac. Got a recap coming soon, so it was super dope. Couple really dope producer DJs I've never heard of uh, doing their fucking thing, man. It was dope. It was a good time.
Well,
It
so
was a
what
good time.
was that like?
Happy Labor Day, everybody. Happy Labor Day.
Yeah, so what was that like being at like a festival post COVID, because there hasn't been that's not necessarily the first, but that's one of very few that have happened in the last like 2 years almost.
You had to have a proof of negative test, I think, within 48 hours, and you had to have a proof of vaccine. So, pretty simple, pretty standard, pretty standard stuff. People fun, people going ham, shirts off, ass out, titties out. This is a classic case of rave, festival life.
How much was
Lots
the
of
fake Vax card going for?
I actually didn't get approached by anybody for a fake Vax card, but I did hear rumors, and I do hear rumors of that going around. I'm hearing anywhere between 50 and 500 for the fake Vax cards these days. But I don't encourage that behavior. I encourage y'all to be safe, be smart, and just make smart decisions. If you get vaxxed, I don't care. If you don't get vaxxed, I also don't care. So do your thing.
Live your life. So it was outside. How many stages were there?
Three stages, main stage, side stage, secondary stage. Um, there was one in a pirate ship. There was a main stage with all the LED boards and the crazy visuals, and then there was also the secondary stage, which was like between two buildings on this outdoor property for the event center, and it was cool because um, it just if it had this warehousey stagey vibe to it. I don't know. It just like it wasn't enclosed by any means, but it just having the two buildings there. You were in a parking lot, the stage. You like left the other stage and walked into it. I don't know. It was dope.
Hmm.
Um, really enjoyed it. Only thing that I wish was different is I just wish these were cannabis friendly. It's really about it. It's really hard to get anything else besides water to drink, and or just anything besides alcohol, for that
Yeah,
matter. So,
yeah.
but it's Vegas, so what do you expect?
That's Vegas, and it's in this like the music concert, or not even just music concerts. Any type of sporting event. There's alcohol sponsors. There's alcohol everywhere. Liquor, beer, but cannabis is still
Yeah.
underneath that stigma.
Well, to answer your question, it was fucking lit. I absolutely had a blast, man. Festivals are back. COVID's up or down, depending on where you live. And so, if you guys get the opportunity to go, I highly recommend going. Go to a music festival, stay away from other people, sit down somewhere, roll up some weed, and then just enjoy yourself, man. It was a blast. It was a blast. I missed it. I missed it for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I'm loving the hermit life still. No, it's good to get out. But so I
You were
see
never,
Miss.
you were really never a concert going or a festival goer like that, though. You've always been much more of the at home, make beats, trapper. You know what I mean? Which leads me to this. Y'all see what I'm smoking on right now, man? This is that new Fritz drop from the Cure Company.
Okay, so is that like an apple fritter type strain?
No, it's their so they basically partnered with Seed Junkie Genetics to drop their own line of Cushmint's crosses. So
Okay.
yeah, it's covered in trikes. Let me see if I'll show you this other one here too. Covered in trikes. Beautiful. Listen to this snap too. Listen to this. Oh, ASMR. Let's go. Woo! Yeah,
What's this?
it's creamy, piney, cakey, dude. It's crazy.
Like some
What you
Kush
got
Mints.
going on over there? What you smoking on?
Man, so I was smoking on this earlier. I did the review on the Candy Chrome from Redbird. I don't know how much you can smell. This is crazy. I gave it 8.8 on this on the taste. It's up there on the smell though. It's one of those weeds where I'm not knocking that it doesn't taste. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's
It's okay. Yeah, it looks dark. Looks dark.
so it's like the Candy Chrome is Runtz times the menthol, which is like gelato 45, white diesel, jet fuel, and something else.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it is just a gas, a little bit of cream from the Runtz, but just a gassy. Yeah, this is one of those strains I can't stop smelling. Like really crazy smell. All my favorite flavors.
Where'd you get that at?
I got this. Where did I get this at? I got this at the bakery.
Nice. Big shout out to the Baker, man. They've been around for a long time, and that's the OGs out there in the medical market.
Yeah, this one came recommended, but I told you I had reviewed during the West Coast Weed Tour last year. I reviewed Redbird's Virginia Pop, which is like Triangle Kush times Dosey Dos, and that shit was smacking. That was like one of my favorite. I smoked that towards the tail end of the West Coast Weed Tour, and that was like literally one of my out of all three states, like just a favorite personal smoke. Wasn't like the best of the best, but it was just a really good smoke. Um, Redbird's really been turning it up, man. The aeroponic style they grow in, is different, and I think it took them a while to get it dialed in. And now they have like a list of genetics, and they just got that shit, dialed in. And I've been really impressed with them the last year.
Yeah, I've been hearing their name pop up more and more, after they had to rebrand their name due to the colonial ties at Virginia Co. It was definitely was a respectful gesture for them to kind of respond to the public appropriately and take care of that, and then also respond to the public appropriately and also just grow better weed. I remember going back to 2016, 2017, 2018. It wasn't to say that it was bad by any means, but it just really wasn't at the premium level that people were really desiring. And I think that the last 2 years, they've really stepped it up, got some stronger genetics, like you said, dialed in their processes. And from what I hear, there's a lot of people out there that are claiming Redbird to be one of the best in Washington State, for sure, out of Spokane, Washington.
Yeah, like I mean, you said it absolutely right. They weren't. It's not like they were bad, but they weren't that premium top shelf level. And I think they've slowly been climbing there. And they do it a unique. You and I have been to their grow. They grow a very unique way that once it's dialed in, one could assume it'll be very consistent, just because the process is so automated. And the more data you build, the better that system even gets. So I'm really excited to check out for them. And yeah, the rebrand, they were able to basically keep the same logos and same like color patterns and packaging, and just change out the logo. And it looks great. I think it's a way to stay familiar with what they had built on their brand, but then, like you said, pay respect.
There's something to be said about companies right now that you do owe it to the community to to be a respectful business, to do business in a good way, to operate and be respectful of the community and to be considerate. And I forget who mentioned this to me the other day, but I think part of what the reviews will be going forward too as well is how much community involvement do they really have. When I go look online, when we look at what they do in the real world off of Instagram, are they physically doing things that improve this world, or are they just selling weed? Or first, are they just growing weed, extracting weed, putting it in stuff, selling it, and then not giving back to the people at all? So patience over profits. Patience over
Mm-hmm.
profits. We want to see people respond the right way to all kinds of different stuff. Now, Mitch,
Yeah.
talk to me a little bit about the branding on that. I want, if you could, hold up the jargon. I want to see what they're working with these days.
So it's the same, like, they kind of have that sketched artwork for every strain on that like cream background, like oatmeal colored background. with unique. Everything's got their unique logo. Every strain's got its unique little like outline. Then they got the information right there. It's got pretty good. No terpenes, but there is the does have the genetics, and then it has the QR code, but the link is broken. I tested that earlier. So that was my review video. I'm sure there is. I'm hoping there is more information. There was just maybe a print foobar, a URL changed. Hopefully it's fixable. Maybe they just have some bad links posted. You and I know that happens. It sucks, but it happens. A lot of window space though. I mean, a lot, the most of the jar is pretty basic, and then they're red, it really pops. The Redbird logo, real clean, really nice red color. And their shit stands out. There's not a lot of red packaging in Washington in general, and this is subtle, but so it makes the red really stand out. So their shit looks really good on the shelf, as opposed to, these other joints I have are great, but it's all black. You put the red next to these three on a shelf, and it's just going to stand out.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, when you are creating a brand, you've got to consider all the different variables that come into play. What it's going to look like off the shelf. Will the consumer even notice it? Does it pop? Does the weed look good? Is the window too big? What do we mean by window, Mitch? Can you explain to the people what do we mean by that window you're talking about?
So window is, if you're looking on a shelf, you're likely seeing like that. The window is going to be the way to see it in the jar. So almost every jar will have it on the bottom if it's printed 360. This is the window right there, as opposed to like this is a Mylar bag. The front, there is no window, and then on the back, a la Jungle Boy style, there's this tiny little window right there. So you can see the product, in states like Washington and California, where the weed is pre-packaged on the shelf, usually jarred or sealed in Mylar bags.
So when you're buying weed, are you buying based on jars, bags? Does that even play into your purchasing decision at this point, Mitch?
It depends on where I'm at. Like in Washington, I'm probably going to look for jars just because most quality people, use jars in Washington. Outside of a few brands, I'm open to anything. I don't necessarily care. I might kind of have an initial judgment again based on if we're in California. It's a little bit different because there's a lot of hype shit in bags. Washington is not as much. Yeah, the box definitely sets it apart. And then but for me, it's like, I take into account like the brand name, the strain name, what it looks like, my just experience and understanding, the referrals I've had from people I respect in the past. And then also, I always try and take the bud tender into consideration. But a lot of times you qualify, the bud tender is going to be unhelpful.
Yeah, I hear you there, especially on a new product drop too. Can you really expect the bud tenders to know every single product drop as it's coming, the day of, the day after? It's hard. This particular strain that I'm smoking on, again, this is called the Fritz. I think this is just a classic Kush Mints. It's 32.3% THC, 36.11 THCA, Delta 9 at 0.63, and CBD at 0.06. The Cure Company is real big on showing the Delta 9 percentages compared to other people. I think that really goes back to the whole element of like they're really about compassionate care, and Delta 9 is known for helping with pain. Sell by date July 23rd, cultivation July 23rd, packaged on August 10th. So this is less than a month in the jar. You heard the snap, man. Healthy snap, good looking buds. It's Kush. It's a OG Kush bud structure with a classic mints, that creamy, slightly piney, a little bit of gassy Kush mints cross. I'll be honest, it's okay. It's not blowing my mind away, but I'll tell you what, it is a creeper. I feel like my eyes are heavy, but I don't feel it in my body yet. So by the end of the joint, we'll see if how this goes. What else you got over there? What else you smoking on? What else is going on in the world of weed over in Washington?
Man, so this is one of the newer, not the newest drops, but the Sherbacio 2.0 from Tranquil Forest. They just dropped like the Lemonado, the Jet Lotto, and a couple other things. This was I think the second batch of the drop right before it. Taking Sherb times Gelato 41, and obviously Sherb is in Gelato, so it's just taking a Gelato and crossing it back with one of the parents. Super orange.
Here we go.
Super orange, like definitely hints of purple.
You already did the review on that?
Yeah, I already did the review.
Hit me
For
with a
me,
snap. Let me hear that snap. Let me hear that snap. I want to hear that ASMR. Come on, maybe let me hear it.
I didn't get a good these ones
Come
are
on,
already
let me get it. Let me get it. Y'all better tune in, like, follow, subscribe, respect my region, babies. The North American Weed Tour podcast. Ooh, that baby snap. I heard it. See, as long as you hear that healthy snap and pop, the bud has good moisture content. If it breaks like a twig, it's dried the fuck out.
Yeah, this bud for me is like a little gassy, a little creamy, but heavy on the baked good. I don't know. This one's definitely like, I don't know. I feel like certain parts of the gelato, I mean, definitely that Sherb. I mean, it's crossed back with Sherb. So it's a little bit of that just like gassy, like cookie-ish. I don't know, from the Sherb, man. It's definitely got some just like baked good gas. Not as creamy as other stuff. I mean, almost everything I have on the table right now is gelato-y or Runtzy.
You are a little bit. See, that was, Runtz, gelato. It's the strains of the last 2 years, right? Skittles, the last 3 years, right? You know what the strain of this last year is?
What do you of 2021?
Yep. I would bet money that it's Cushman's. And if it's not Cushman's, it should be Cushman's.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Cushman's didn't go as hard up here, which obviously you guys get it before us, so we'll see how the rest of the year plays out. But Cushman's,
It's not Skittles. It's not Skittles. It can't be gelato.
No, and it can't
And
be
Runtz
was last year.
Telling you, bro, Cushman's.
That or I mean, yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, Cushman's it might be. Yeah, that's one of the one things.
There's nothing else. That's
Yeah.
nothing else. Biscotti's old. Runtz is last year. Skittles, gelatos. It's already been.
Yeah,
What else?
yeah.
I mean, what else
you
is
might
left?
be right. Yeah, we just don't do the Kush like shit. Washington has like. There's not as much OG Kush in Washington, That's one of my favorite things about California is like because my two favorite flavor profiles is like the gelato-y and then the OG Kush, And there's not. I couldn't tell you if you walked into a Washington dispensary right now and like what OG Kush should I get, I wouldn't even. I'd be like, probably don't buy any of them.
I mean, you come down here right now. I could tell you at least like 10 OG Kushes you can try. That are going to be good.
That's what I'm saying. You like them for different reasons.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't think out here all of the growers like Tranquil right now is doing its own breed. They're doing like almost every strain they're coming out with is their own strain. And so they're getting creative with it. But a lot of people, there's not like none of the top shelf banger companies are really doing straight up. I guess you still see like White Tahoe cookies. That's bread. Kush for breakfast. He's from Washington, so.
Man, I'll tell you what. When we come to market out there, everybody watching this. When we come to market out there, we're coming with OG Kushes. We're coming in with gelatos. We're coming in with designer strains, and I'm gonna come in with some classic cuts. So I just hope you all are ready. I can't tell you when. I can't tell you with who. I can't tell you how or what it's gonna look like. We're coming in with some classics. We're coming in with some designers. We're coming in with some gelatos. We're coming in with some OGs. Just be ready. You guys will get to try them all. We will source and curate and find seeds and partner with all the best of the best. So just tap in and stay tuned.
So what other products you got over there? I know you're still smoking on the Fritz, but what else you got?
All right. So first off, I'll skip ahead to this one. Check this out.
That's a crazy packaging. It's like a box.
Emerald Sky cannabis infused cream filled chocolate cookies. So, what you do?
Wow. That's crazy packaging. Trying to
There it
open.
is. There it is. There it is. There it is.
Okay. Yeah, wow. Some gourmet shit. So
And
you just
it's
open
an
weed.
Oreo.
Wow, that's a fancy box for some Oreos. It's crazy how easy you open that edible. Outside
Yeah,
of the box.
the packaging was not too hard on the actual on the plastic, which was very surprising. But check this out, you guys. Shout out to Sony and the macro. Oh.
Tastes like real deal Oreos. It got the weed taste to it.
That just tastes like a chocolate cookie. That also just tastes like a chocolate cookie and Oreo filling. So no weed taste. Let's go. Let's go.
How many milligrams per cookie?
Stone of shit. I don't know. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, here we go. 10 milligrams per serving. 4 grams of sugar, 6 carbs, 2 fat, 43 calories. I mean, it's an Oreo. Wheat flour, sugar, palm oil, cocoa, natural flavor, sodium bicarbonate, salt, cannabis extract. I mean, yeah, it's pretty fire. It could be sweeter. I feel like Oreos are in fact sweeter.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's like I'm happy they're not as addicting, you know what I mean? Like I only want to eat one of them, so that's okay. I like it.
That's perfect.
Taste test wise, I'm gonna give that a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It's pretty good.
9 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Did you smoke some of that? Did you smoke some of that stuff that you cracked?
No, I'm not smoking on camera right now. I have smoked it though. The Sherbacio, yeah, the one I was saying is like real baked goods with a little bit of gas. Yeah, I got this one at Clutch. It's tough to track down some Tranquil, man. They're selling out. They've been one of the hottest brands in Washington, as far as like demand from the real smokers for definitely over a year. And I feel like they just did some new packaging, and these last few drops have been just fire from them, selling out really well. They got some moves under the way. Trying to get that production up. So probably get some more fire for them soon.
That's fire. Yeah, we recently had we had Mark on the podcast from Mad Mark. We had Fred at GLW. Coming up soon, we should have Treeout Farms. We've got some other brands over on the east side of Washington tentatively scheduled. Looking to get some more companies out in Oklahoma and Illinois. We've got another podcast coming up next week with a group out of Chicago. So it's a lot of good stuff going on, man. We're in the middle of the North American Weed Tour. I'm stoned off this Kush Mints, this Fritz, this 36%er. Let me see what else we got. What do we got next?
Have you seen the new Gabriel? I know you've probably seen it online, but have you seen the new Gabriel in person?
No, hold that up.
So they do it, like I said, they do it like the Jungle Boys now. Switch to the Mylar. Definitely one of the only brands in Washington that's top shelf that's doing the Mylar. Outside, I mean, we got Cookies and the Cookies family, right? Which is how they do it. But this is really the only brand in Washington. They switched from that. They were one of our favorite jars, that bamboo lid. They switched to the Mylar at a unique time. This one is the Raunchy Runtz from Exotic Genetic Mics. The nugs look great in the bag. They're super fat, super frosty. But my only complaint is it's a little bit like fluffy, almost not in a bad way, but
a little bit of larf, huh?
like still some good snap.
Yeah, that was good. That was hot.
Definitely some gas though, honestly. Like I think what's the Raunchy Runtz? It's Cream D and Runtz. Yeah, that one smells the creamiest out of the bunch.
Check this out. Check this out.
What's that?
This right here is that gas.
Mm-hmm.
All you know is it's gas. This is that Biscotti mints. Look how big that nug is, bro. You serious?
Yeah, that looks nasty. Nasty in a good way. That looks nasty.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I gotta review that. Raunchy Runtz still.
Raunchy Runtz. Let's go. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get you guys a good snap right here. Check it out. Check it out. Woo! Oh, the Biscotti. Smoking on Biscotti. Yeah, let me hold this nug back up again one time again for you guys. Holy shit.
Man, they haven't put it out, but Tranquil dropped some pictures of a pheno called Scotty Piffin.
There we go. Sounds like some kill.
I'm trying to see.
Sounds like some kill. We gonna take this animal Fritz. We're gonna mix it with this Biscotti Fritz. Now I keep calling it the Fritz because the cure company chose to name it that. I had no choice in the name, but regardless, it's fire. So
animal Fritz. So that's like an animal mince, then, huh?
Yep. So this one right here. Look at that cake. It's just absolutely caked in trichomes, bro. Oh my gosh. And there's a big nug in here too. Stop it. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Solid. Solid. Okay, so this is going to be a good one. See what we can do here. I think there's a good chance of us getting stoned. So it's unfortunate that you're not getting high with us tonight, but I guess I'll just ask you all the questions. So, Mitch.
Well, I'll take some edibles. You know, I got some edibles.
Okay. Well, you got that Pioneer Squares over there, right?
Yeah, Pioneer Squares and the Smokiez.
Yeah. Show the people what do those look like? Let me see you rip it apart.
So Pioneer Squares, the watermelon kiwi fruit noms. Both of these are like this. My gripe is that look at it. It's like in here like a condom wrapper.
Interesting.
It's individually packaged but all strung together, which is, it's fine, I guess, but it's just kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know that I've seen packaging like that before, but
they're both points. The Smokiez is like that too.
Really?
Yeah. And so this one I can open. The Smokiez I'm unable to open, but so people can see it. Pioneer Squares, obviously named after Pioneer Square in Washington. It's a watermelon gummy with this real piece of kiwi. Every single one has a piece of fruit in it. This is watermelon kiwi, so everything has kiwi in it. It's a thick square. Oh, cool. Ripping it apart.
I love it. Look at that texture. That's great.
Bro. And it is. These are good. I would actually eat these non-infused. I would eat these.
Yeah, I remember. I don't think I've had that flavor, but I remember eating that one in the one of the other couples in the past. The strawberry lemonade, I think it was. Some of them were just so fucking delicious.
Well,
So walk me through what are you tasting right now? How does it? What is it? What exactly are you experiencing in your mouth?
so it is thick, and like with that is a little bit of like toughness, but it's still really, really juicy and chewy. Um, the watermelon flavor is great, and then there's that little bit of kiwi. I like kiwi. I like watermelon. I don't necessarily. I'm not a big fan of mixing the two, but there's like the perfect little bit of kiwi with more watermelon, which is how it should be. For me, this is a 10 on taste. Easy 10.
Wow, it's a 10 out of 10 taste test, huh?
Yeah, we'll see it. We'd have to rate it everywhere else, but 10 out of 10 on the taste test because this is. I mean, been eating quite a bit of edibles lately, and again, this is one that like I would buy these and just eat these if there were, not $20 for 10 or whatever. If it was a dollar for 10, I would be fucking with these like just on some eating. I believe they're um strain specific. I can't remember. Or is it the Smokies that are strain specific?
I thought I don't think either one of them. I thought they were both just distillate edibles.
Might be right. I thought they were has manufactured and Best By date, which is nice. I'm not sure, but it's got that little bit of sugar on the outside too, but it's not too sugary, and it's not like a hard sticky sugar. It's like I don't know. It's almost like a powder. I know it's not powdered sugar, but it's almost like a powdered. I don't know. I really really enjoy it. Vegan, gluten free, kosher. Um, yeah, that is
It
definitely.
crosses off everything that you're looking for, huh?
Yeah, and I mean, I really like if I'm eating just gummies, I'm eating like a sour watermelon gummy, a watermelon gummy. Like that's gonna be probably one of my favorite flavors of gummies in general. And so many times with weed stuff, it doesn't end up being, you're eating it because it's an edible. You wouldn't necessarily eat it like as a candy at a movie theater with no marijuana benefit to it.
Yeah, no,
You know?
100%. I feel like that's a common problem with a lot of cannabis infused foods is that if it didn't have the added benefits of the cannabis or the cannabinoids, it's like I don't know that I would really enjoy that often. Um, although at this point, I feel like all the markets are so competitive that a lot of those products have kind of died off. But I mean, big shout out to Pioneer Squares though. I mean, they coming in hot with those items. It's made by is the company still Craft Elixirs or who makes that?
Yep. Craft elixirs. Small batch cannabis infusion, Seattle, Washington. Yeah, oh yeah, no, it is strain specific. It has an Opal Alice is the strain.
Opal Alice.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but that's the strain.
Okay. Well, let me tell you about this animal Fritz and this Biscotti Fritz. Because while y'all over there nomming on some fruit noms, I'm over here J pinging on some. Let me tell you.
On some
So,
baseball bats.
oh my gosh, this Biscotti Fritz is heavy. I can feel it in my arms and my elbows and my back and my shoulders, everywhere. The animal Fritz, the animal mint side of it, is gassy, not quite as gassy piney as the biscotti, but you can definitely taste it. I layered the joint so that way the first half would be biscotti, the second half is going to be the animal mints. So it's going to be an interesting one. The first couple hits have been pretty wild already. Okay, so we've got some events on the horizon, Mitch. We are September is already here. We're a week in. I know we've got Hall of Flowers coming up. Talk to
Yep.
the people a little bit about what Hall of Flowers is and kind of what you're looking forward to.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be up at Hall of Flowers September. So that's really coming up, like 20th
Two
or
weeks.
21st, 22nd.
2 weeks.
Yep. And so Hall of Flowers is a retail cannabis trade show in California. It's unique because it's specifically for the California market. It's specifically focused on the retail buying experience. So there is an aspect of brands for sale at retail and ancillary support systems for retail. But it's kind of specific to the relationships between retailers and brands and the retail experience, where trade shows like Marijuana BizCon or just the industry at large, there's a lot of people there growing supplies and nutrients and lights and everything. Holofire is a little more just business focused. Some unique. I've wanted to go, coming from the sports retail world. It's set up. It's no surprise. It's set up a lot like, because the guys who threw it, they're from there. I'm trying to think of what it's called. I'm blanking on it. It's from Long Beach. Dang it, I'm gonna have to Google
It's
that.
that street. It's that streetwear. It's that streetwear convention. I forget what it is.
Yes. What is it? What is it called? Agenda. There we go. Agenda.
Agenda.
So it's very much like Agenda. I spent a lot of time going to sports retail, like the tailgate show and these things in Vegas that are a lot like MJ BizCon. I've been to a lot of that stuff. This is a little bit more focused, like the Agenda streetwear and fashion show. A little bit of influencers within it. The actual industry operators that happen to be influencers I know come out there. I haven't got to go. I've wanted to go. It just hasn't lined up with my personal schedule. You've been the last few years. So I'm just excited to go. Excited to politic with California people. I sadly will only be there the night before and the first day, but I'm ready to get some networking in.
It's gonna be a fun one, man. I've already heard a lot about different events going on, and of course, there's always the big after party. I forget which hotel it is, but it'll be dope. And then after that, you are swiftly headed to Boston Cannabis Week, correct? So
Yep.
you'll be going to Holoflowers the pre-night, the day one night, and then you will be going on a cross-country trip over to Boston.
Yep. First time seeing the Atlantic. Well, I've been to Florida. I don't know if I saw the Atlantic, so it might be my first time seeing the Atlantic Ocean, man. I've never been to the East Coast. Definitely excited to go to Boston. I'm only gonna be there for 2.5 days, but we go check out a couple facilities, meet with some owners, go to a concert, and attend a couple little cannabis events while I'm out there. All in 2.5
Damn,
days.
you're lit. You're gonna go get it in.
Yeah, man. I'm super excited. The Boston Cannabis Week people, they're gonna be on the podcast tomorrow. Get to learn about them. They're very similar to our background, events, music, and weed, and just doing a lot of dope shit in Massachusetts through the recreational cannabis. Has just become a thing these last few years.
Boston is booming. Massachusetts as a whole is doing its thing. It's very exciting time. I hear that there's some really good products out there. I was checking out some of the recent beverages on that list that Sean put together. I was checking out some of the other dispensaries that are out there recently on Weed Maps, some of the menus. Man, it's exciting to see so many different retailers turn on line here and to start, being able to take care of customers and these patients. I'm a patient myself. Big shout out to everybody out there, man, getting the knowledge and getting access to the cannabis they need to feel better. I actually, Mitch, I don't know if I didn't get to tell you this, but I had kidney stones on the way out to Vegas.
Oh,
So
damn.
yeah, that shit was crazy. Woke up, 3, 4 a.m., crazy pain, hella sick, and then the rest of the day just in intense pain. And it wasn't until I downed some crazy big bottles of water and pissed it out that it, kind of subsided. But I had to take tinctures. I had to take edibles. Smoking actually makes it worse because you're dehydrated. So you've got to quickly identify how to pivot in those situations. And I also actually put topical all over my stomach to ease the cramping, and I put our CBD topical on it, and to be able to pass a stone, hopefully, or all the stones, hopefully, in one day. Let's cross our fingers if that was the case. But shout out to cannabis for assisting with that. That's for sure. So after Boston Cannabis Week next month, we've got MJ BizCon and MJ Unpacked, correct?
Yep.
So MJ BizCon, pretty simple as to what it is. Just the largest cannabis trade show in the world. It's in Las Vegas. It's at the convention center. It's crazy big. It's popping. There's over 1,000 booths. All the brands are there to try to get in and get out and sell and raise money. There's parties. But now, Mitch, there's a bunch of cannabis events happening across the country. So rumor has it there'll be less people attending this year, and that there are other opportunities as well, like MJ Unpacked. So I know
Yeah.
nothing about MJ Unpacked. So could you share a little bit of info on that?
Yeah, so and then also to know MJ BizCon Hall of Flowers will be doing, I don't exactly know what it is, maybe some sort of B2B, maybe they'll head up the B2B meetups, micro meetings at MJ BizCon, but Hall of Flowers is having an actual activation at MJ BizCon as well. But MJ Unpacked is from George Gage, who used to be a partner at MJ BizCon. I'm not quite sure and don't want to air out anyone's dirty laundry, but I don't think there's great blood there. I'm not sure if there's bad blood, but I don't think there's great blood. And they're clearly looking to go head to head with MJ BizCon under the premise that they can do something a little bit better with a little bit more value and or a little bit more focus. They're definitely from the marketing. It's looked like they're stepping away from same thing we were talking about, the contrast between Hall of Flowers and BizCon, being that BizCon is global, very ancillary, a lot of grow mediums. That's a lot of the large sponsors and people are grow lights and nutrients. And MJ Unpack, from my understanding, they just wanted to make a more business centered conference where business gets done. And so I'm not sure if that's looking to cater to specific regions and getting people to meet more. But I believe the premise is it's more so just dispensaries and brands. And that's kind of the main focus, dispensary and brands and things that are in support of those, less on the cultivation side, security system side, and ancillary side. Um, I personally think it would have been genius to do it like the days before BizCon. If BizCon's the 20th, 21st, 22nd, doing this the 18th and 19th, that and just making a week out of Vegas. I think that would have been just an ingenious way to introduce this and to get all the people that were going that plus your crowd. But instead, we're going to see a little bit of a split crowd in Vegas. And like I know myself, I'll be doing a little bit at each event, and depending on where there's more value is at, I'll be able to quickly identify where I'd like to spend more time. And then, thankfully we got a team. So if it is, hey, we need to be at both of these, then, you'll take one place and I'll take the other or vice versa.
One way or the other, moves will be made in Vegas. We just came from there. Moves were made. We got interviews. We do interviews. We do podcasts. We do TikToks. We do Instagram lives. We do all kinds of different things to help position and get the brand out there. Your brand, our brand, anyone's brand out there that aligns with cannabis CBD. MJ Biz, MJ Unpacked. It's going to be a good one, man. Big shout out to both of those groups for including us and allowing us to get involved and participate to our own extent, man. It's going to be a good one. The end of this year is going on strong. North American Weed Tour Podcast, episode 19. Mitch, Washington, California, you've smoking some weed from up there. So far, we're almost 20 episodes into the tour. What are some of the standouts so far?
Um, brand wise, I'm definitely gonna go with Tranquil, House of Cultivar, like K Savage and High Tide, Lucky Lou's. So I got out of Minglewood, Lucky Lou's might be one of the ones I put towards the top right now. Trying to think of who else I had. I had some good stuff from SPR. I don't even think I did a review on it because I think I had it when I was on the go. And then I had this unique, well, I haven't posted it yet, but we did a review on the Stripes joint from American Hash Makers with the rosin around it. That was a pretty fire joint. Oh, and then I got another one, the Taurus. The peanut sundae. I believe RMR Weed's going to be doing the actual flower review, but I did the pre-roll review outside the bakery, and I'm like one of those people where I like peanut butter breath, kind of different certain occasions. It's not like my go-to, but it's not like but I also like it. But I'm not the biggest fan, but theirs was heat, man. It was something I could put in regular rotation, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, that the one from Taurus, the peanut sundae, that was great. That was a great cut.
What qualifies for Mitch's rotation, man? Come on.
Um,
What qualifies for Mitch's rotation, man?
I think a unique flavor that I can enjoy, certain weed, right? Like tastes real good on one or two hits. Not even like the weed hits, but you desire the taste. And then after like get halfway through a blunt, you're kind of like, man, I don't want to taste this anymore. So having a taste that you're like, not only tastes good all the way through, but is like just like eating. If you're eating sweets, a little bit is good, but if you eat a whole chocolate bar, maybe some stuff makes you feel sick, some stuff you're rocking. So I got to be able to taste I can handle. It's got to be unique, and it's got to like hit high and flavor profile notes that I and familiar, that I'm just familiar with that I like. Um, and then it's got to stand out, right? Like, because I don't need 7 gelatos in my rotation. I might try different gelatos all the time, but they'll usually be one or two that when I see it, that's the one I want. Because I know out of all 7 gelatos that I like, that's the one that's clearly winning for me. Um,
If you are able to identify a good strain for you, what my recommendation, not from this goes for anybody. If anybody watching, if you guys identify a strain that works for you, it's not playing it safe or not cool to still buy that strain when it's crossed into other stuff. Like go
mhm,
buy other crosses of that strain and try it. See if you like Skittles wedding cakes. See if you like papaya times something else. See if you like cookies crossed into 50 other things. Like I love Tropicana cookies. Some people hate the orangeness, right? Some people prefer just a straight up gas. So I just recommend anybody, definitely get out there, try these strains, try the cheap stuff, try the expensive stuff, try it all, try it
mhm.
all. But if you get anxious, if weed makes you anxious, stay away from high THC and stay away from citrus. Don't do it. You will get anxious. I promise you.
Very true.
Promise you. Now, Mitch, you shared some of your favorites.
What are some of your favorite standout,
I'm gonna
products?
I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you standouts, but I'm instead of calling them standouts, I'm gonna call them dropouts. So the people that should just drop out, they should just, the product didn't make the cut.
Okay.
Okay, product dropouts. So product dropouts so far, North American Weed Tour. I just reviewed. We reviewed a we reviewed one of those 2 gram cookies blunts. I think it was the maybe a cereal milk or a Gary Payton or some shit like that. We've got one of those cookies blunts down there at Cookies La Mesa in San Diego area. $45 blunt. Nope, can't do it. Can't recommend it. Can't do it. Go to Cookies La Mesa. Go support the homies. Go support the people at Cookies La Mesa. Support Burner. But I cannot recommend buying that product at all.
Hmm.
Cannot. So that's the first one. The second one, I just want to, and I hate to do this. I really do because I feel like a lot of good people try to really bring this brand to a level that's up there, but it just the flower, bro. It's not. So they get 2 thumbs down. This is going to be Lowell and their pre-roll joints. I've bought 4 strains recently of their pre-roll joints. There will never be a fifth from me.
Mm.
I literally hit it, roasted it when my stomach was upset, trying to be like, oh man, I need to just not throw up right now. It wasn't because I was sick. It just tasted so bad. I felt like it just made everything worse. And
Mm.
that was just the 4th joint. Like that was just like, oh my gosh, I need something good that's gonna taste okay. It was an OG. Mitch, I love OGs. Like
Mhm.
this was a certified lock. It was a certified lock. And they really let me down. And at this point, it was the 4th time letting me down. So I'm gonna give them a 2 thumbs down. Sorry, Lowell. And then let me tell you. Let me think. What was the other one? Oh. 3 thumbs down because I bought 4/8. I dropped 200. We dropped 200 on this weed. So they're going to get three. This is the donkey of the week of the month for August. Traditional. I bought 4/8 of y'all's weed, and that shit was all harsh. Every bit of it. I bought pre-rolls. I bought 4/8. I went to the grand opening. I was there with Gunna. I got food. It was cool. Thank you. I got a shrimp po' boy. You feel me? All that was super cool. The experience was cool. The clothing, they wouldn't sell me the clothes. They said it wasn't available for sale to the public. I was ready to spend. I don't know. And then I bought 4/8 instead. Won't buy their weed again. That's for sure.
Man.
Sorry, not sorry. So Donkey of the Month goes for traditional, and their 4 strains, which includes the Mamba. Man, they did Kobe dirty by including him in that harshness. He wouldn't smoke that shit. So hopefully, whether they see it or not, I'm gonna send them all 4 of these videos because, in my opinion, that shit was harsh. Yeah, I smoke a lot of LA weed. Smoke the OG, some Jawbreakers, the Milks, and also the Kobe one, and yeah, just. So I'm gonna. I gotta. Obviously, we can't take obviously, we can't take the whole Donkey of the Day thing from Charlemagne, so we got to rebrand that. But
we gotta have our own. Just
this is the first one. This is the first one, but like, they definitely the booth of the month, or the booth of the month goes to them because 4/8 of high end $50-$60 weed. Yeah, I won't make that mistake twice.
None of it's hidden. That's unfortunate. Well, we got more reviews. Reviews coming up daily from Washington and California. And Las Vegas. So we'll be making an Oregon trip here shortly. There'll be Massachusetts,
Chicago at the end of October.
Yeah, Massachusetts reviews will be by the end of this month. We are at Florida too. Florida reviews are dropping.
Florida reviews are dropping. Massachusetts reviews are dropping. Washington, D.C. reviews are dropping.
Yeah, Washington, D.C. reviews. Should be getting out to Arizona at some point. We got to figure that out. Arizona, Michigan, Colorado. Somebody's got to pay for our way out there. I got so many people that telling me off LinkedIn that they'll make sure they recommend us to get good weed. And like, I don't even want to go to Colorado because I just know it's going to be disappointing.
Yo, man, anybody from Colorado, y'all better stand up and represent for y'all, man, because for real, the weed culture, ain't nobody like where y'all at, Colorado? Where y'all at, man? This is a call out. We want to go out there. We need some community support. We're not getting a ton of recommendations about where to go or who's got the best. No one's really being like, oh, we got it. Like, bro, we called hella dispensaries out there. We reached out to hella brands. Where y'all at? Who really got the best? Where all the Coloradans at? We need to know who the best of the best is. People still going to travel there. They're going to go visit. They're going to go to these concerts. People want to know. We want to know. We want to come there. I'm going to go to Red Rocks. Mitch, we're going to start covering some Red Rock stuff. I'm going to get us press access. We're going to go out there and we're going to just review all the top shit. And we're just going to hold them accountable for this dryness that we keep hearing about. How about we just do that? It's going to be on the 5-year anniversary too. Maybe we go out there on a 420 5-year anniversary style shit. We go there on like 419 type of shit.
Yeah, we might have to do that next year. We'll get some talk to some brands because it's a shame for being the first state to have recreational cannabis for sale. They do have good oil, but as far as flower, man, you can blame the altitude or whatever, but like they got to step their shit up, man.
Yeah, something's got to give over there. We're excited to go check out, more Chicago cannabis here soon. We'll be in Oklahoma. Mitch, are we gonna do Oklahoma in November?
Oh, we gotta get those dates figured out. But yeah, I think that's what it's looking like.
Yeah, send me out there in November. We're gonna go somewhere in December. We got everybody. We got 3 months left of the North American Weed Tour. We're going to at least 3, 4, 5, 6 more states. Tune in, like, follow, subscribe to the YouTube, to the Twitch. Please drop some likes, drop some comments, share this episode. We really need all the love and support. Today's episode featured The Cure Company, Tranquil Forest, Pioneer Squares from Craft Elixirs, Lucky Lou's from Inglewood Brands. There was also Gabriel Cannabis, and I had all this mint stuff and we had the Orioles from Emerald Sky. It's been a lituation. So, Mitch, I appreciate you for being on the episode with us. Take us out tonight, my man.
All right, man. North American Weed Tour podcast, episode 19. We got more, like Joey said, more content on the way, man. Appreciate everybody.
Reach out to us if you need us. Love y'all. Peace.
Well, you got to end it.